So you guys are interested in how to store, or if you can store, this absolute beast of a helicopter. Of course you are, because it's so much fun to fly around, especially if that magnet works, which I will talk about a little bit later on in the video towards the end. But one thing I will say is just ignore the broken glass, ignore the blood on my shirt. I had to do some things to get this. So anyways, moving on from that and going on to the looks of the helicopter, let's just quickly move on. You can clearly tell that this thing is gigantic just looking at it. You don't even have to get in the thing and see how far out your camera zooms, because it's pretty far, but just looking at this thing normally, just standing next to it, it is gigantic. So later on, like I said, we will be testing out if this magnet works just after we try and store it in our hangar, and let's see if you can actually do that. So getting into this thing, only the two side doors work. The back one that you just saw just before, where the container normally is, that one doesn't work, which is relatively fine because it's quite hard to get this thing. But just taking off with this thing, I could already tell that you could, although it's only a two-seater, you could still have so much fun picking this thing up or flying it around, especially if you could pick up a bus with this thing. That's one thing I didn't test, and I might try and test it. If I do, then I'll probably leave a comment what happens. But if I can't, if I don't, then obviously there'll be nothing there. But the big question, does this thing store? Now remember, we have not used any mods to spawn this in, so it should be all legit. The answer is no. You cannot keep this absolute beast of a fucking helicopter, which is such a shame, because this is all done, like this series is all based on not using mods, not using any hacks, spawning all these vehicles in legit to then see if you can store them. And I'm quite surprised that you can't store this thing, because it is so much fun. And now granted, Rockstar could make a shit ton of money when they release this, because they fucking better, but obviously they want to make as much money as possible, so if people can keep it already, then what is the point? But like I said before, we are going to be talking about the magnet now and whether or not it works. So obviously I'm not going to try it on a container, because all containers are stable and solid structures and you cannot move them for your fucking life. Explode them all you want, they will not move. So I tried it on a moving vehicle, and because the hitbox is so big on this thing, the fucking car stopped like a million miles behind me. But I then got myself over and got the magnet directly over the car, spamming my controller, and unfortunately nothing happened. But obviously that is not going to do it for this helicopter. If you are interested in how to get this, there should be a video out within a week or two of this video on how to get this thing, so be sure you go watch that video if you are interested. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, 4 videos a week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.